Welcome back, travelers. As always, we are the Improfessionals, here to immortalize these stories and characters and hopefully entertain along the way. I'm Joseph, the DM for this campaign, Conflicts of Interest, and today we are continuing once again. Over the past few sessions, after losing their close ally Peregrine Tushhog, the Rogue Royals have traveled into the Barbarian Lands seeking information on Nura's ancestors, the Storm Heralds. They discovered an assassin is after Nura by the name of Talon. They also discovered the Barbarian Lands are not a very friendly place, but on the bright side, Shaman did manage to get the party a mount, a large reptile, so that has been useful. The Rogue Royals found a cave within the plateaus, and upon entering this cave, were face to face with an undead guardian there to challenge the next would-be leader of the Storm Heralds. The party, along with Nura specifically, successfully defeated this undead guardian, and Nura, with a new weapon in hand, found a further down entrance into this plateau, which he has now led the rest of the party into, and that is where we are picking up. So Nura, you are leading your allies further down into this pathway.
Nura is continuously going down this cave.
John is kind of, walking with Shaman. Shaman, like, he's kind of propping himself up against her after that fight. But Shaman, you can still see a bit of a twitch in his head, and you can still see his fingers were kind of like flicking, and you see this faint like purple energy kind of go in and out on his eyes.
John?
Yeah?
Are you having trouble?
I'm fine. You should be worried about Tarman.
He's gonna be okay, but don't know about you. You're flicking in and out, I can tell.
Tarman looking at his organs on the ground. Those aren't supposed to be there.
Yep, perfectly normal.
Don't worry.
Nura, as you lead your allies, you begin to see a light. All of you see this light after a moment.
Ow, my eyeballs.
She's gonna use Tarman as a shield from the light.
Could you please stop using the pirated sunglasses?
No.
Why do you own pirated sunglasses?
Oh my god.
Nura goes towards the light.
So, Nura, you continue forward with your party following closely behind you.
And pirated sunglasses.
But at a point, you hear a woman's voice echo through the chamber. Stop.
Who's that?
He's gonna stop and he's gonna look around.
Nura, descendant of the Storm Herald clan. You may step forward, but your friends must wait.
Nura nods. He looks over to his friends and tells them to stay back as he walks forward.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go towards the scary light anyway.
we're just gonna nurse these wounds.
Gonna just put Tarman on the ground.
Okay, Tarman, where does it hurt the most?
Just a little. Okay. Nura, you enter this room, and what you see is pillars of pure white lightning kind of circling this room. You see paintings, cave paintings of tribes. You see cave paintings of white, creatures with red markings, clearly Goliaths, storm heralds, and you see these dark green, which you assume to be orcs, and you just see red, and it's telling this whole story along these walls. But in the center of this almost monasterial room, there is a figure kneeling on the ground in black, tattered fabrics.
Nura, after seeing this artwork on the walls, and then noticing the figure in black tattered robes will step forward towards the figure.
Once you kind of get within like about 10 feet, this figure stands up, kind of going just over you, just a bit, like probably like 8'4" versus your 7'8", and you can just see the faintest bit in the darkness of a feminine Goliath face. Nura, welcome.
How do you know my name?
I am the Storm Mother, my child. I know the name of all of Kord's servants, and in particular I know all of the Storm Herald. As a hand reaches out, not quite as big and burly, but like more long and lanky, and you see red markings around the fingers and kind of up the arm. Kalian has been defeated, and thus has been free. You are destined to face the next challenge, for the right to be the next leader of the Storm Herald, the next Dawn King.
Dawn King.
But there is much that you do not know. Not even the name of your mother.
What was her name?
She reaches her hand out to you, and her hand gets close to your head, and this single spark of lightning comes from her finger to your head. Nura, immediately you are overcome with visions. First of this group of Goliaths coming together. You see them creating on stone this symbol in honor of Kord. You see this tall Goliath, old with a long gray beard and long gray hair. His name echoes in your soul. You know the name Uoru, founder of the Storm Herald. You see another Goliath. You don't know how much long after, but you see this Goliath face to face with this orc woman. Axes at her side, these bright green, familiar, glowing eyes, as she seems to ready to face him. Another vision comes as you see that same Goliath that was facing that orc reaching up, as you see who appears to be Kord himself reaching down to them. A flicker of lightning comes from his finger, and the markings on this Goliath burn into a red color, as well as all the hair on their body and face and head changes into this red color. Their eye color changes to match yours. You see another sort of shift into another vision as you see this tall Goliath woman being adorned in robes, and you hear her be declared the Storm Mother. You're not sure if that's the same one as the one you're seeing now, but you see kind of over time the Storm Heralds, adjust to time as time moves on, and you see the current leader of the Storm Heralds. You see this large Goliath in black metal and leather armor with a large trident, not like yours. It's much more large and powerful. You can literally, just seeing it in this vision, you can feel the power coming off of it. And you can hear them chanting to the Dawn King as he stands and he celebrates Kord's name, as a loud boom happens. Shifting visions again, you see these Goliaths, the Storm Heralds, facing off against what appears to be a large battalion of orcs, all of them sharing those same bright green glowing eyes. Orcs cutting down Goliaths, tearing them to shreds, these Goliaths ripping and tearing through these orcs. You see one orc in particular with two large blades as he spins and slices and cuts, tearing down through Goliath after Goliath, facing off against the Dawn King. You see a vision of this orc kneeling down, praying to the heavens, praying to the realms, praying to the darkness, as a hand, an eldritch, devilish hand reaches out to him and blesses him with an even greater power, changing him into some sort of great monster, some sort of demon, or some sort of fiend. And his power only grows stronger, and you see, once again, with those same blades now in his new form, cutting, slicing, you see these orcs slowly, over time, over history, overtaking the Goliaths, overtaking the Storm Heralds. You see Callian, the undead guardian you faced, once alive. You see him running into this cave, gasping for air, wounded, as the Storm Mother walks in after him. Are you sure that there is no other way, Storm Mother? The prophecy has come to pass. The Rotnooks have struck us down. The Storm Heralds are no longer. We shall fulfill the wishes of the Dawn King and of course. So then, I wait. So you do? As she walks past him further into the caverns. This cave was once just, a deep tunnel, which obviously has now been changed. But you see one final vision. Oh, you see one more vision, as you see that fiendish Rotnook blessed by the unholy facing off against the Dawn King. You see this orc land this fiendish orc land one single slice across the Dawn King's arm. The Dawn King managed to drive his trident into the chest of the fiendish orc, pinning him against the wall. The orc kind of slides down, and the Dawn King crawls onto him, pushing the trident deeper and deeper as lightning echoes through this fiend's body. And the Dawn King says a prayer that you do not hear. But a seal forms over his trident and over the body of this fiendish creature. As he backs away, looking at his defeated enemy's corpse, looking at the single wound that was landed upon him. He touches the wound, looks at the blood, and you see him grip his chest, struggling. He takes off his helmet, and you see the face of this Goliath. You see him struggling to breathe. He kneels down as realization sets in over his face, and he prays again, lightning echoing through the chamber he is in as this lightning creates flowers, white flowers all throughout the room. And then, as just a bit more time passes, the Dawn King puts his helmet back on, kneeling, and then ceases to be. And then, Nura, you see a familiar sight. A burning city. Your mother, Neela, her name rushing into your soul, pulling you out, trying to protect you as you see orcs just rampaging through this city. You get separated from her in the madness, in the chaos. One of these orcs sees you and he smiles, those bright green glowing eyes, piercing your soul as he charges forward. But your father, another Goliath, not a Storm Herald by blood, but he gets in the way, blocking with a hammer. He pushes back, slamming over this orc's head, only for another orc to charge forward, punching a hole through the chest of your father. This orc smiling at you, ripping his fist out, tossing your father's corpse to the side, As he approaches, your mother charges, slashing this orc with her sword. He blocks a few of the attacks. She slams her sword down and lightning shoots from the sky, blocking him off as she grabs you and continues to get you to run. Bam! A large slam hits you and her, and you both go rolling and tumbling as you see an all too familiar orc. The same long black hair, the same black mace, the glowing, piercing green eyes, and a sadistic grin across his face. Your mother looks up at him, looks to you, and just screams for you to run. Says, "Run, Nura, run!" As she gets up, readying her weapon, she charges forward, she swings her blade. He slams that mace against her blade and it shatters. Slams it against her leg and it breaks. Slams it against her chest. There's cracking, she collapses. You see in your vision, you see yourself running off into the distance. Cabal looks down at your mother with a grin as the orc that killed your father approaches. And he says, "That's enough, brother. Finish her now." As Cabal says, "No." As he stomps on her arm and twists his ankle, and you hear the bones shattering as she screams out in pain. Cabal's brother looking, grimacing at this display of just pure evil, as Cabal takes his time making sure that she is in agony, slamming that mace into her hip, making sure the bones shatter, pressing it down against her ribs just hard enough to make it so that she can't breathe, cracking a few ribs but not killing her. And he does this for a few minutes, just torturing her in the process. As she starts to fade from life, he just the smile on his face turns to a bitter scowl. "It seems the fun is over." As he slams the mace down on her head and she ceases. And he stares off into the forest that you ran into. "Next we find the little pig, and we end this once and for all." Nura, your vision comes back to. Nura, as your vision comes back to, the first thing you notice is that you are just outside of the circle in the middle. And in the middle, you do see the Storm Mother, but what you see is her skeleton.
I mean, Nura just seeing that, learning the truth. Nura, his body literally cannot physically stop itself from shaking as his tattoos begin to glow a deep, dark red.
As you hear the Storm Mother's voice again, but from behind you now. "And now you know our history. The loss we suffered at the hands of our old rivals, the Rock. There is one final act for you to place yourself as leader of the Storm Heralds. You must find the battleground in which the Dawn King slayed his foe, the blessed fiend of the rocks. You must pull the trident from the fiend's chest, and just as the Dawn King did many, many decades ago, you must defeat the fiend once more. The battle took place in a cave within the Underdark, on this continent. Find it, reap your reward, defeat the fiend, and claim your prize vengeance upon Cabal Rock for all he has taken from you, and many others.
Nura, I assume, is the voice like disembodied? Like, if I turn around, am I gonna see something?
You can turn around.
I will turn around.
You do see her. She is there, but now, unlike when you first arrived, it does not look like she is actually there. You see that she is a spirit, just like the spirits prior in the room above. Her body is ghastly and gray and colorless and translucent.
Nura is gonna close his eyes as his tattoos are still very much visibly glowing. He goes, "When I become the Dawn King, I shall have honor, and restore the Storm Heralds. When I face Cabal, I'll see nothing." As his eyes open, his pupils are actually gone. And it's just that coloring of orange and red. As red lightning shoots from his body, as he just screams, "My rage."
As the lightning kind of echoes throughout the room, she stands and waits until you calm yourself once more, and she simply says, "My destiny is to see to it that you become Dawn King. So know that I, from this moment forward, will always be there. And when you defeat the Fiend, I will be free, and you will be the last of us, and you will continue our legacy."
Yes, it will be the last of my blood. But I will never be the last Storm Herald. Because he's gonna walk.
You walk out, but as you stop, this energy that was in the room seems to kind of fade. So when you look back, you do see her skeleton still in the middle of the room, but everything else is just a cave. There is no light, but a single torch by her corpse that as you walk out is blown away. Shaman, Tarman, you see Nura exit.
His tattoos are still glowing.
How'd it go?
I know who I have to kill now.
Oh?
First, we need to get back to Crystal Elm.
That sounds like a good idea.
Along the way, we could probably try and see if we can find those bandits. See if we can find out who the hell hired Talon.
Yeah, that'd be smart. They definitely know.
Also, did I get any health back?
No.
Damn.
That was not a rest. You guys just kind of sat there for a few minutes while he went on a spiritual journey.
I just thought Shaman was doing something to help Tarman.
Shaman, you try to heal your boy?
Giving him the Heimlich remover, even though
The Heimlich remover? That's a scary fucking sentence. That is a fatality. That is the Heimlich remover. Just fucking hits them in the chest, and then you grip and remove their entire ribcage.
Just literally like squeezing the sponge.
I'll say that, yeah, she was healing Tarman.
Okay, do your low-key healing thing on him real quick.
Yes, let me check how much it heals.
Because as much as I'd like to see my spleen, I don't think it's quite healthy.
Well, real quick. Okay, so Tarman, you got 7 health back. Nura, what's your health at right now after the fight?
1.
Oh, right, okay. So you guys make your way out of the passageway and into this, into the, main
Those
area.
tattoos are just the guiding light here.
Yes. After you've made it out of the pathway, Nura, though, I will say your tattoos do dim down back to normal as your breath. You finally take a breath after that emotional, spiritual journey, as you are now back in the room where you fought Guardian Callian, and you see his body where you killed him, and you see the bodies of the other Storm Heralds who had, or, descendants who had come here to face him.
Would it be sacrilege if I,
I know what you're saying, I mean...
is it?
That's for you to... Do you think that Cord would be upset with you? That's the question.
I don't think you...
That's dishonoring their body.
Yeah. Cord wouldn't just want their weapons to be resting to dust.
Well, none of them have any... I will say there's no spectacular weapons in this room. You are wielding the one spectacular weapon.
From that room, yeah, that's a fair point. Oh my god, Nura just puts it on his back like Cloud.
It's a normal-sized greatsword until you use the ability.
Yeah. How thick is this thing?
How thick do you want it to be?
I'm not gonna...
What do you mean by that?
Well, David? How thick do you want
well, we could talk about that later.
Okay.
Let's leave the cave.
Okay, so you leave the cave?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, everyone, I need to do some perception checks real quick.
Oh, hooray.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold on.
24.
Wowee.
12.
Good job.
Yay! Good job, Tarmin.
18.
Okay, so the only one person saw, and okay, so Shaman, as you all step out of the cave, Shaman, you notice the silhouette of a figure atop one of the plateaus.
Oh no.
Guys, there's somebody up there.
As Tarmin immediately hears that, he's gonna do a get down, Mr. President tackle style on Nura.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
You take 40 damage.
Oh.
Jesus.
And I'm back down.
As
Oh.
Tarmin, you kind of tackle Nura, and an arrow pierces like right into the solar plexus, like right square middle of the chest.
It's Talon!
As
Why?
as
Why
you-
does this keep happening?
As you see, yes, as you look up, you just see her with a long bow, and you just see her looking down at all of you. She kind of is examining, realizing she hit him, and she starts to prepare her next arrow.
And you go away! And
She keeps
laughs
assassinating
at
us.
her.
What did you say, Shaman?
She is going to blast her with
None of your things are gonna reach that far, love.
oh.
Yeah, she is
She's
atop.
15 feet away.
No, she is atop one of the plateaus, which means she's using a longbow because it's the only thing that she'd be able to hit from this distance.
She's going to create some smoke.
Okay, so you want to use a key point and like cast like leaping flame or something, but kind of put it out as it's being cast.
Yeah, so that we have like a smoke cover.
Okay, I will give Nura and Shaman. One of you are gonna have to drag Tarmin, which will give you disadvantage. But
Nura, you grab Tarmin. You're big. You're a big boy.
John will also try and.
So what am I rolling?
You're rolling stealth with disadvantage
Why
Oh,
disadvantage?
yay.
because you have to drag Tarmin with you.
Okay. Yeah, a 20 wouldn't be the worst thing. Come on.
12.
15.
12 and 15. Does
And-
John have at least?
John had a 13.
Oh.
Yeah, Tarmin, what was your? Never mind.
Why do I keep doing so much better than everybody else and it's still crap?
All right. Well,
Yeah.
speaking of Tarmin, okay.
Please. For the love of
you could've had
Lord,
a
I hope
20.
I'm okay.
But Talon, as you guys create this smoke screen, she is gonna roll perception because none of you guys rolled so low that it
That one, bitch!
doesn't meet her. She
Why do you keep doing this to us?
she reloads her bow, and she kind of begins pulling back, looking through, and that is when a blue arrow comes flying out of the darkness and hits her in the shoulder, kind of literally pushing her back a bit. As she literally lands on her back and she grabs her shoulder she looks, there's no arrow there. She's confused. She starts trying to get up, this pain shooting through her arm as another one flies by her head. So before she makes her way to some sort of cover, she's going to take another shot. Yeah, 29s don't miss.
I'll take the hit, but the problem is I'm gonna go down.
Okay, 31 damage.
Great.
Yeah, I'm down.
So, Shaman, you protect your ally as Talon decides getting up. Just kind of take one more shot before, finding cover from this enemy that she didn't know was here. Shaman, you kind of get in the way. The arrow pierces through your shoulder. You hit the ground. John's just like, Shaman! As he's going to quickly get over there. So, Nura, you saw those two blue arrows kind of come out of the darkness, which is very confusing and surprising. You see a bit of magic in the darkness kind of dissipating, and a figure walks out. And Kavam, would you like to describe your character?
Ooh.
As coming out of the darkness, you see this tabaxi with
What's
sort
about
of dark brown fur with these light brown splotches, armor that's definitely gone through some wear and tear, but has been suited for the desert. Comes out with this dark hood and glowing bracer on the right hand.
Ooh. I didn't expect a tabaxi. That's really cool.
So, Nura, you see this figure.
You here to help us or kill us?
Do you honestly think Talon needs him?
That's a fair point.
If you not want the Barbarian Lands to be your final grave, I'll provide some cover.
Good.
So,
We gotta get to the lizard.
I'm unconscious. How are you gonna get it to go?
Oh, Nura can make it go.
Okay.
he knows to say go in every language.
Have you listened to her say go in Draconic or something?
Oh,
I
boy.
mean, Nura's heard it a few times. I'm sure he could at least remember the word go.
Roll an intelligence check.
God damn it.
Everything's fine. Roll intelligence. Shit.
16.
16.
You know one word in Draconic, and it is the word go.
Perfect. That's all I fucking needed. Anyway,
Load every human onto the lizard.
yeah, Nura is gonna go to where he remembers the lizard was.
What do you mean human?
In the meantime, Shaman, how many potions do you have on you?
Let me check. You are not stealing all my
We don't need
goddamn
them.
potions again. I have 9 potions.
Okay, so you're gonna have 7, because John is going to quickly pour one of those down both of your throats. I'm gonna say go ahead and put yourselves at 1 hit point, just both of you, as John gets you guys conscious. Kavan, what is your character doing at the moment?
Currently, the bracer starts going up as they summon this that blue bow again. They're gonna start taking shots at Talon just to like distract her.
Okay, you'd have to roll perception and try and find her, because she did go back into some sort of cover, because she started getting attacked, and she was like, oh, fuck, they're using bullets.
Alright. That's an 18.
18.
Nice.
At the moment, you do not see her, but I will give you with an 18, because you're very close to her roll. She is currently moving position, which means she won't be attacking for a little bit.
You have some time. Get moving. So,
And Tarman's conscious now?
Yes, just barely, but you are conscious. And there's
Is
currently an arrow, like, in the bone right in the middle of your ribs.
as Tarm just leads up, oh fuck! Nura?
Yeah, no, Tarman, it looks pretty bad.
John helps you pull them onto the lizard, and that's when he gave them the potion, so you're on the back of the lizard.
Cool. I look to her,
Is that a kitty?
to the
No.
tabaxi.
I knew it. I told you.
Listen,
Okay,
Listen,
hang on.
I don't
Kavan.
have an elf.
Hang on,
A human.
hang on, guys. Kavan, inspiration.
Yeah, I told you. I hate being right sometimes.
Okay,
Tarman.
but Shaman, you're coming to consciousness as John is just like, Shaman, are you okay?
Why is there a kitty?
No! Stop!
You can't say that!
You do realize you've just insulted me and my entire people.
So, Nura, you said you were looking at your tabaxi friend here.
What's your name?
They call me Cash.
Well, Kish, get on.
Alright, as I get on the lizard.
Nura is going to say the only word in Draconic he knows, and that's oh.
As the reptile, Cash, you know what this is because you've been in the Barbarian Lands for a bit. This is a giant salamander. But it begins to go. So you.
Would I know the gender of this salamander?
Based on some of its scales, there's two that were encountered. The one that ended up being literally ridden off into the sunset had more spikes and protrusions. This one is a lot more smooth and has more intricate colors and details. This is a female. Let's see, Cash, you can go ahead and make another perception check.
Alright. 20.
You actually do see her, and you see her now on the other end of the plateaus as you guys are starting to move, trying to ready that bow again.
Your bow.
Seeing this, I'm gonna try and take a shot at her.
Alright, go ahead.
21.
That does hit her.
Dang. Carrying right now.
So, Cash, you summon back the bow and you pull back and you fire. Talon is going to half the damage. She's going to use her dodge ability as she kind of gets out of the way because the first one hurt a lot. So she gets out of the way, it kind of skims her side. She grabs it immediately. No blood, nothing. She looks at the wound. It's clearly like strange dealing with you and your abilities. But she's going to look up and she is going to try just one attack. Try and pull off one. Your armor class is 17, right, Cash?
18.
18, alright! So she fires that shot and it goes flying right by you. You kind of duck your head and it hits into the dirt as Lizzie and all of you kind of ride off further and further until she pulls out another arrow, pulling back, but Cash, both you and her out of range for each other, so you have your psychic bow pulled back and she has hers, but you both know that your bows wouldn't be able to reach each other, so she just puts hers down. And you just kind of see her head just kind of, like her whole body slump a bit and her head kind of like go down. You can see that there's definitely a bit of frustration and disappointment in that interaction as she moves more back into the plateaus and kind of disappears.
Is everyone good?
Yeah, who are you?
My name is Cash.
Yes, we've been over this.
Cash.
Well, Cash, thanks for saving our ass.
Yes, you.
Very much appreciated. So, guys, where are we going now?
We're just running.
no idea.
We're just running. Let me take control of Lizzie.
I know a safe place we can stay at.
Oh, just tell me the directions and I'll tell Lizzie here to go there.
Oh, also, Shaman, are you going to give Nura a health potion?
Oh, well, are we about to rest?
Yeah, this is the Barbarian Lands. Anything can happen.
There is no
If
guarantee.
somebody pops out, I'll give
This is-
one to him.
This is the Barbarian Lands. Your goal, survive.
If someone pops out, you'll give him one?
Yes.
Wow.
Dang. Some real friends.
Anyway,
Look,
we're
I gotta
gonna
say
lay out
that
on this
thing.
back of this lizard and just sleep.
So, Cash, you're going to lead them, to the safe place.
Yeah.
Safe place in the Barbarian Lands. What bullshit.
Plot twist is an ambush.
Oh,
No.
Cash was against you all. No, I'm just kidding.
The game was rigged from the start.
So, after a bit of riding, it's finally coming to daytime, actually. Like, it's just now broad daylight, because if you remember, you guys went into the cave at night, kind of like, it was about to be morning, but it wasn't morning. But Cassius, you and this group kind of ride, you see all of you see this white furred gnoll hold up a blade, and he just howls, letting out a cackle. And in reaction to that sound, your lizard, Lizzie, just stops, just kind of slides in place.
What?
He's telling me that's one of the gnolls that likes me.
As I'll get off the lizard and in Null greet this Null friend of her.
In Null, he will respond back, and he's gonna ask who these people are, and he's gonna, because you haven't had a chance to talk to him about what you were doing and why you were traveling out, so he's gonna ask who these people are.
I was looking for a group that's been seen in this area. This is them.
He'll ask in Null, friendly or unfriendly.
Just looks back, sees most of the party just like either bleeding or halfway passed out. Friendly.
He will nod, and he'll kind of step forward these heavy footsteps. This gnoll is got red. He's missing one eye, but his other eye is literally like a bright red. Kind of like he might be albino, like white fur and red eyes, but he'll speak. You are now in the territory of the tribe of the Searing Sands.
Do you need some water?
Do not insult the gnoll.
Shaman was actually curious. Does he need water?
Yes.
Shaman just like grabs some water from the bag and hands it to him.
He
It just drinks it.
Yeah,
Drinks is like,
gonna-
oh, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. Welcome to our humble abode. No,
That's what I'm
We are
expecting. He drinks
wolves.
it.
no, he is gonna drink it, and he's gonna drink the whole thing, and hand you back an empty fucking canteen. Thank you.
Oh.
As
You're
he,
welcome.
do not cause trouble.
We won't.
As he will kind of step aside.
Thank you, Ryder.
He'll nod to you.
So I'll start heading in with the rest of them.
Curiosity, since he can kind of see what Nura looks like, does he look at Nura funny in any way?
This Goliath, not this Goliath, this Knoll does not know.
Okay, cool. Because Nura's just gonna follow behind Resh. Right.
Kesh.
Kesh.
Kesh. I'm gonna follow behind Kesh.
Kesh with a K.
That good Kesh.
So you enter into a small camp. You see a variety of races. Two in particular, you will all take notice of. You all see one human man, one single, muscular, scarred, worn, but clearly ready to fight human man. And two, you see this blue dragonborn woman with this unique polearm, and she seems to be cleaning her weapon, and you see some young orcish children watching her, and she looks over at them and nods. And then there's one more that really, really catches your interest. As walking through this little camp appears to be a stone giant.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Hey, what?
How are they hiding this man?
You see this large, gray cracked skin giant just kind of walking through this camp. You do see other larger creatures as well. He is the biggest, but he's not all of the things that are here are human-sized.
I bet he's got a big pair of testicles.
But yeah,
Mine is always.
of this group, of this tribe, that you heard that the Null Rygir, you heard him say the tribe of the Searing Sands. But yeah, those three, the human, the blue dragonborn, and this stone giant are the ones that seem the most unique.
Can Nura go over to the blue dragonborn?
Oh, of course you can. If you want to walk around. Cash, do you want to say anything to the guests you have brought in before they do anything?
I would actually like to go to the chieftain first.
Okay, so if you guys are going to follow Kesh in, then he will walk directly straight towards that stone giant.
Oh.
Tarman's following.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Shaman's gonna follow.
John is following, and he's just looking around like, whoa, wow, huh, oh, this is... But no, you approach, and the storm giant looks down, and he has this grimace on his face that immediately relaxes.
Kesh, so you found them.
As he kind of kneels down on one leg and kind of looks at all of you.
Yes, chieftain.
Hello? Do you know us or something?
We have heard tales, yes. The Rogue Royals.
Nura just looks up and meet his eyes.
He kind of examines the group, and a curiousness kind of forms across his face. He doesn't say anything, but he looks at you, Nura.
The Harbinger of Storms.
Yes.
Storm Herald blood. Is that why you come to these lands?
Yes. As Nura is going to then show him the blade he has received from the Barbarian Lands. Now, I'm given a purpose.
An impressive blade, and an honor to have purpose. If you have found what you seek within the Barbarian Lands, you may remain here as long as you need before you are ready to return to the rest of the continent. I am Thorvin Rukern.
Nura will clasp his hands together and do a bow to him. And he says, "From one chief to another, it is a great honor to be allowed in your camp."
It is an honor to meet the heroes who have been aiding this continent.
As he looks to Tarman.
The hero of Eco.
Yep. Hi. Thank you for having us.
As he will stand back up, literally as his leg lifts up, you see just rocks and stuff crumble off of his leg from him putting an indention in the ground from kneeling.
If you wish to speak with me, I am not hard to find.
God damn it.
I mean, he's not.
He's not wrong.
Feel free to speak to any of our people. You have already met Rygir. He is the guard, the protector. There is also our lead warrior, Rani Min Ramal.
As he points at the blue dragonborn.
And one of the only humans to ever live in the Barbarian Land, Draco.
As he points to the human.
Looks at Tarman. Oh, looks like you're gonna have to die.
Wait, what?
I'm kidding.
There have been other humans who have survived in these lands. Once a paladin of Pelor abandoned his oath and came here. And then an orphaned young girl, now tyrannical queen, seeking war against the Solar Kingdom.
Give me Metzger.
Wait, Metzger lived here?
It doesn't actually surprise me.
She is a different tier of Black Air Force energy.
I'm sure Kesh has much to speak with you about. But feel free, as I said, to speak to any of us.
As he will walk away, each footstep just heavy foot
Nura's
thud.
gonna go over to the blue one.
The blue dragonborn. Okay. Shaman, is there anyone you would like to speak with?
Shaman is gonna go over to Kesh.
Same.
Okay, so both of you are approaching Kesh. So we'll quickly jump to Nura, and then we'll go over these guys. So Nura, you approach this blue dragonborn woman. She has these curled horns by the side of her head and this almost ornate armor. It's obviously old, dirty, and, worn from living here in the Barbarian Lands. But you see these kind of crescent blade pole arm that she is currently washing as she looks up at you. And the Harbinger of Storms has found his way into our domain. What do we owe the pleasure?
Right now, I was hoping you had a spare cleaning rag, as Nura will plant that great sword of his into the sand next to him.
She smiles as she will take the crescent blade polearm, these two crescent blades on each end, and she twists, and it comes undone into two weapons that she puts on her back, and she hands you the rag after she kind of takes oil and washes it a bit and hands it to you.
Thanks.
Tell me, Harbinger of Storms, have you found what you seek?
As Nura starts cleaning this blade, he hears her question. Yes, I did.
I heard rumor in the night, the lightning echoing through the sky. Cord has a journey for you.
He does. I've met with the Storm Mother. Now, I need but do two things to claim my rightful places. The Dawn King.
It is an honor to be in the presence of a descendant of the Great Storm Herald. I am Rani Minramon. You can call me Rani.
Oh, Ronnie. It's always to be great pleasure to be in the presence of another great warrior.
A warrior I am, though great I am unsure, but I will accept the flattery nonetheless. I noticed something as you have entered. As he looks at Shaman, or she looks at Shaman in the distance. The firecracker. And she looks at Tarman. And the hero of Eco. That is but only a few of the names I have heard. I know that you are traveling with a young man who you are responsible for. I assume that to be the one in green.
You'd be correct.
But there is another member who I do not see.
We entered the Barbarian Lands. We were ambushed by Cabal, Rotnook.
So Cabal struck him down.
Yeah. You know what Core told me? He told me I'd be the son of a bitch to put Cabal in the ground once and for all.
Then I hope that for you.
What brought you to this tribe of yours? At the interesting cast you got.
We are one of the few peaceful tribes here in the Barbarian. I came here seeking a greater understanding of myself.
Have you found it?
I am beginning to. I am sorry to hear about the little luck. I was hoping to meet him.
His eyes just show a great sadness.
A storm will be coming. Would you like to pray with me on this night?
Nura kind of looks over, not so much as surprised, but is interested, and he goes, "You too?" In the sense of, you also worship Cord?
I am a blue dragonborn. To better understand myself, I must understand the way the wind churns and the way a lightning strike. No better god to teach me that than Kor.
Though given credit, it can be very cryptic sometimes.
I am aware.
Yeah, I'll pray with you.
When the storm comes. Okay, so Cash, you have Shaman and Tarman here. John is also here, but he's just kind of looking around at this fucking community like, wow.
So your name is Kesh.
That is correct, yes.
So, why did you save us?
I have been looking for your group since I've heard you've entered the Barbarian Lands.
For good reasons or bad?
Pretty sure it's good reason you saved our lives. So,
I don't know. Some people just want us back alive so they could torture us later.
As I said before, I know you to be strong warriors. And I know you also have... I've known they've met Cabal, or at least heard of something.
You know that they have met Cabal, yes.
I've also known you have met Cabal.
Her fist just sort of tightens.
yeah, we met him.
And I suspect you feel some anger towards him. Want him dead, right?
Obviously.
That is part of my reason why I came out. Why I tried to search for you. I too want Cabal dead. The Barbarian Lands were a lot more peaceful place before he returned. Many tribes and villages have been wiped out by him and his Rocknocks.
How has he not found yours yet?
John will just kind of tap her. Shaman, I mean, if I had to guess, one of the reasons they haven't come here is because of him. As he points, and you see Thorvin, the chieftain, and you see him, away, a little bit away from the camp, and you see him training, you see him punching, and Shaman, you can kind of follow his movements. They resemble yours in a way.
Is he a monk?
But you watch him kind of reach his hand down and punch up, and you see the ground in front of him punch into the sky like a spear.
Wait, is he a monk?
I would take it that he's had some sort of training.
Shaman is going to run over there.
Oh, Shaman, don't you want to finish your conversation? Okay.
Yes.
It's fine, we
Leave her be.
have time.
Okay, well, Tarman, we can keep talking, I guess. So, you want Cabal dead?
Yes, it's definitely on my list of people I need to deal with. But I want to know, why do you want Cabal dead?
He killed one of our allies.
On the ground. As you see, like, bit of realization. So, the halfling did not make it. I'm sorry for your loss.
We will avenge him.
But if I remember correctly, you're who they call the hero of equal. Yes, the one who took out, what was it, a pirate lord?
I took out an undead pirate named Salvatore.
See Keshna just like impressed.
And then there was also Goldrium.
That's the other pirate captain. The Fiat one.
He was my captain.
Really?
It's a long story and one that I don't like. But I still keep a piece of him with me. As Tarvin pulls out one of the blood letter bullets, just holding it.
Oh. That does remind me. As I reach into my pack, I found this at one of the villages. I assume you met Tarman. As I pulled out Tarman's gun.
As Tarvin sees that, my gun. As Tarvin reaches out, just hand just shaking almost as he grabs the gun. Alas, my arm is complete again.
And you, as I look at John,
Wait, me?
yes, considering you are the only other human here seem to be under guard, you are who they call the Mask of Elm, right?
Wait, people actually know me? I don't, yeah, that's, I guess, what they used to call me. Is that still going around?
I've heard it one time before.
Oh, great.
Came here about 2 years ago. I've been living here since.
You don't seem very happy about that title.
To be fair, that was my vigilante title, so it was before I got my official adventuring license, but I mean, if it's the only name that's gonna stick, I might as well accept it.
It is a good nickname. Should keep it.
Do you have any nicknames? I mean, you said that you only came here 2 years ago. You seem way more skilled than we were when we started. You have to have some sort of history, right?
You could say that, yeah. I have my own nickname, but that can be talked about later.
Okay, sorry. Didn't mean to pry.
It's fine.
So you want to help us fight Cabal?
Cabal needs to be taken down. No, there is another that is even more personal for me. He is a tabaxi like me. We have similar abilities, though his morality is lacking.
So another tabaxi. I mean, John looks at Tarman. I mean, if he's willing to help us...
We're willing to help you.
Thank you. I've taken them on before, but I would definitely need help to actually finish the job.
I understand.
If you are gonna help us, though, I do have to say, we have a lot more enemies than just Cabal right now.
Well, when you live here for 2 years, you get used to being surrounded by enemies.
I think we've encountered, like, 10 different creatures in the span of 2 days, so I know what you mean. So, Shaman, you, earlier, you run over to Thorvin as he makes that stone kind of spear go back into the ground as he continues these hand gestures and movements. Shaman, it's really weird as you approach. Despite his size, and obviously earlier when he was walking you heard the thuds and you saw, when he kneeled, the ground kind of indented a bit. But as he is moving, you don't hear a sound with his feet, as they almost seem to glide across the ground. And he punches the air, and you actually hear like the force of air being kind of torn by his fist.
Hello?
He looks down.
Ah, firecracker.
When did I get that name? Okay. Hi. My name is Shaman. I was wondering, are you a monk?
Hello, Shaman. I was trained by a warrior who passed through these lands when I was young. If the training that he gave me was that of a monk, then yes, you may call me a monk.
Do you know who it was that trained you?
It has been a very long time. They were adorned head to toe in garments and armor. Not even their face revealed to me. They came in the moment when me and my tribe needed help the most. As we faced the Rotnooks, constantly trying to cut us down, he appeared to us, and he showed us the way of stone.
As he grips his hand and you just kind of feel the ground ripple beneath your feet, Shaman.
When the Rotnooks next came, they suffered a great consequence.
I know this is kind of weird to ask, but do you mind showing me how you're so quiet on your feet?
He looks, and he smiles.
Of course. When that final attack happened, we celebrated and rested. And the next day, our teacher had gone. We do not know where he went or what happened to him. However, after that battle against the Rotten Oaks, successfully killing their chieftain, that chieftain's son took his place.
Cabal.
A much more vicious warrior. My tribe was defeated, but I swore to help those in need throughout these lands. And so I formed the tribe of the Searing Sands.
Wow, that's... So, your people are gone?
They're scattered within the sands. Our tribe is no more, but there are plenty of stone giants and hill giants still within these lands. But I have my own to protect here.
I'm glad that you're here to protect them. They definitely need something like that.
Shaman. I will teach you the sound of silence.
She just sort of jumps up and down excitedly.
Ooh, cool.
Off to a bad start.
So, we'll get to that, I think, in a little bit. Because he's not going to train you right now.
That's fine.
So, for now, Nura, Shaman, you guys, after your own conversations, you kind of return back to Kesh and Tarmin and John.
Hey, John?
Yeah.
Are you gonna let these people know?
Know about what?
It's nothing that you should have to worry about, right now. John will kind of go over to Shaman. I think it's best that we leave as soon as possible so that they don't have to worry about it. I'll tell Kesh soon.
Okay, just wondering because...
Yeah.
How many days do you have left?
4.
Oh, well that's plenty of time.
So, Kesh wants to help defeat Cabal, and in return he would like some help defeating someone else, another Tabaxi. He also said that he was fine with all of our other enemies, so I think he's willing to help us with everything.
So, what Tabaxi are you trying to hunt down?
He is my cousin.
Did he wrong you?
In many ways, yes. His name is Miguel.
Miguel.
Yeah, Nura, you remember who
That's
Miguel
the son
is.
of a bitch who sold us out to Talon.
Oh.
That's the son of a bitch that sold us out.
Something tells me you might have already encountered him.
Nura looks at Kesha, goes, "That's the son of a bitch who ratted us out to Talon."
Yeah, that sounds like him.
Kesh, I do have a question. It's not really that surprising, but you know Talon?
Yes. Talon is very much known to me.
Yeah, she's trying to kill Nura.
I saw that.
Alright, you know what? Power nap. Nura falls backwards and just sleeps in the sand.
Okay.
And,
Yeah,
when he wakes up, we can talk about Talon. I might know someone who can identify her client.
Oh, really? Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, yeah, we should probably all rest because I think, Tarmin, the sand beneath you was not red a second ago.
Oh, would you look at that? Just blacks out, falling asleep.
My spleen.
Shaman picks Tarmin up and puts him somewhere more comfy.
And John will take Shaman's hand. Let's get you some rest, okay?
Shaman just sort of leans on John a bit.
Yeah, let's get you some rest.
Can I use you as a pillow?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
She just slumps into him.
So you are all gonna rest.
I'm gonna head over to Riger.
Okay.
'Cause
Okay, so Kesh, you approach Rygir, who is, still kind of, keeping watch outside of camp.
Riger, should probably warn you that Talon is hunting them. I don't think she'd try to invade such a heavily armed place, but wanted you to be aware of it.
Likely not. But even if she does try, don't forget, when my tribe was attacked, I took down 24 enemies before I fell. I will keep watch.
Wait, I make my way back to...
Wait,
Yes?
so you're going to be traveling with them?
That's right. Not to kill the Cabal, but to also take care of Miguel as well.
It will be bittersweet to see you go. I will miss having you as a brother.
Even at defeating Cabal, I don't know how I can truly repay you and the Searing Sands for helping me out for these past few years.
Killing Cabal is more than enough payment. He has taken much from everyone in the sands.
You're right. It'll be a much better place once the Look is dead. And once that happens, I'll bring his mace to you.
You say that, and this grin just immediately forms across his face.
I would like that very much.
I thought as much.
Okay, so Kesh has decided to go ahead and get himself some rest as well, which is convenient. Because that means all of you wake up just before, about dusk.
Tarman sits up.
Tarman, as you sit up, you see the muscular, scarred, and, dirty, armored human, Draco, just kind of sitting at a rock near you.
So, you're awake.
Oh, you're awake. Welcome
Yep.
to Skyrim.
Runs to that Talon ambush, dude.
He looks,
I am awake.
looks over.
Have not seen fellow human in many moons.
This is the first time I've seen a human in this part of the neck of the woods.
You are a good man. Hero of Eagle.
I don't know if I'm all that good.
You are good, which is why you cannot stay. Only human with hate in heart belong here.
I guess this is your way of saying it's time for us to leave then.
No. Chieftain, give you as much time as you need. But I have met only one other human in these lands. By the time she left, recruited by Blackheart's queen, she was more warrior than person. That is how she survived. You are man. You are warrior, but more man than warrior. You do not deserve to die here.
I guess I will prepare myself to be heading out then.
Pray to whatever god you serve that your travels out of these lands are successful.
As Tarman hears that, he will immediately go to area in this place where he can just be with himself and pray.
Oh, okay. Just like he says, pray, bet.
Yep. I'm taking that as a sign from the game, just saying, hey, this is a save point.
This is a save point.
You have found a campfire.
I have found the campfire.
Tarman,
Praise the sun.
Tarman, the sun is still out. The sun is beginning to set, but it is out. Tarman, you.
Well, then I'll go to where I can feel the sun.
Okay. So, Tarman, you close your eyes. And as you open them, after your prayer, you open them to a vision from another person's point of view. As you see a green dragon charging at them. You see this woman's hands bring out a blade as she dodges the attacks, sliding underneath this dragon, slicing his leg. You see her kind of fly up as you see wings on her back as she prepares herself. The dragon turns and claws at her. She blocks one attack, slicing one of the arms, but then the dragon claws upwards and you feel the pain as a tear through her gut, her cracking of her ribcage as she is flung across the ground, kind of skidding to a stop. The dragon leaps forward, going to bite, but she takes a step to the side. She charges, tackling it against a wall and then slashing its side. The dragon quickly whips her with his tail and she goes kind of skidding across the ground.
I knew you would be trouble.
The dragon says as his wings kind of flap and the dirt and dust kind of go into her face. She quickly uses her wings to fly up, waiting for the dragon to come out of the dust clouds. She hears a noise as she quickly looks up, and the dragon, flying straight down at her, bites down onto her arm and just nose dives straight towards the ground. Everything goes black for a moment. As her vision fades back in, the dragon is shaking his head from that slam. She looks and she sees her arm is gone and blood is just pouring out. The dragon looks at her as she's slowly getting up, using her sword to bring herself up. The dragon says,
The poison is having no effect. How annoying.
As he leaps forward again to bite, she dodges, using her wings to dodge, slicing down across his face, through the eye, through the jaw. The attack so strong as literally just magic and force on the blade slams down. The dragon does a full flip, 180, as if he crashed straight into something, and slams on the ground, rolling. This warrior, she hits the ground, blood pouring from the massive gash in her side and her arm now missing as she tries to stand, readying her blade. She walks towards the dragon, and the dragon actually backs up a bit. The green dragon backs up. But she kind of stumbles, holding her, almost dropping her blade, kind of holding her stomach with her arm while still holding the blade. The dragon just looks.
No magic can heal those wounds. It seems my work is done here.
As he kind of starts to limp and get ready to fly away, as she just calls out,
Coward!
the dragon stops and looks back, and there's this frustration in his eyes, but he flies away nonetheless. And this warrior just chuckles as she gasps, blood kind of filling her mouth. And you see kind of quick flashes of her final moments getting a letter, writing, getting a letter sent, as she says to send it to Atlas, Daskalos, and warn him of this dragon. You do not see her end, but you can only assume the worst after that moment. Her eyes kind of blinking, and you open your eyes, Tarman, to find yourself on that cliffside again. the sun shining down upon you. And you hear a voice. It would seem that I hurt his pride more than his body.
Tarman turns to look at who said that.
You see, adorned in armor, bright white wings behind her back, long golden hair, glowing eyes. You see what looks to be an angel at first. But you do know the slight differences, and that this is not an angel, but an Asamir. Greetings.
You fought the dragon.
The dragon that killed our friends. The dragon that has poisoned Atlas. The dragon that your friend swore to help defeat. His passing is unfortunate, but I can promise you he is okay.
That's good.
Shooting, as they say, the shit with his old friend who fell when Cabal escaped.
How were you unaffected by by his poison?
I am an Asamir and a great and powerful paladin. I was immune to all poisons and curses. He could only defeat me through enough damage. In a one-on-one fight, I was at a disadvantage. I was not going to survive, and I knew that. I just wish I had gotten the chance to take him with me.
Did your best. And in the end, you gave him one hell of a... just pegging down his ego just a little bit.
Indeed I did. I ask, Tarman of the Rogue Royals, worshipper of Pelor, hero, if equal, that you and your friends continue. You find this dragon and figure out why he did this to me and my friend. The poison in that dragon's fangs, it is unlike anything I had seen before. If you are going to face him, it is best to first find a cure, to ensure that you do not die after the battle. There was a member of our adventuring group, Zayara. She worshipped Bahamut. If you can find your way to the Platinum Monastery, Bahamut could likely get you in contact with her. She was not only a great ranger, but a great alchemist as well. If anyone would know how to create a cure, it would be her.
It will be done.
Thank you. Now, as my parting gift to you, Tarman, I, Valkyrie, Paladin of Pelor, and member of the Dauntless, bless your journey out of the Barbarian Lands. I swear to it that none shall cross your way, not until you have left.
Thank you, Valkyrie.
She nods. The bear says hi, by the way. As your vision kind of comes back to Tarman, and you are in the praying position you were in.
As Tarman gets up, wiping a tear out of his eye after hearing that Bernard said hi, Tarman turns back to go grab his party.
Okay, Shaman, Nura, you guys are beginning to wake up. Kesh as well, you have started to wake up.
Nura just in the sand where he dropped the morning before just opens his eyes.
You're finally awake.
Oh, you're finally
Just need to stab whatever said that.
The poor innocent goblin that just happened to notice you wake up is now dead.
I'm kidding.
I know.
Anyways, Nura gets up, shakes himself of the sand It actually looks like raining sand.
Shaman, you're awake as well now. As you wake up, John is asleep next to you with his arm kind of around you, kind of holding you close.
Aw. Shaman just sort of like has like a very happy expression on her face.
Guys, listen, I know this is like a really heartwarming moment, but like Talon's right over there.
Wait, what?
John just pulls his sword out. You were lying, weren't you?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's the last time
I just pat John's head like it's okay. Actually, you two should wake up. John.
Uh-huh.
Why don't we go a couple rounds?
Huh?
Yeah. Spar.
I don't know about that.
As much as I'd like to see that, I think we should get a move on.
Wait, already?
Yeah. Well, it would be for the best. We still need to make it out of here.
I spoke to one of the members of the Dauntless. Valkyrie, one of the members of the Dauntless,
What?
is blessing our way out of here.
Yeah, but isn't... One, there's gonna be a storm tonight. And two, it's
perfect.
Nighttime. Are we sure that that's a good idea?
There's gonna be a storm. That's the best time to go.
As you, all hear the rumbling voice.
I have to agree. Young Shaman,
Yes?
He kneels down again. You kind of hear the sand and stuff crushing beneath his knee.
though I do not have the time to train you myself.
As he looks at Raigir and nods, and Raigir walks over with a, scroll.
This is one of the scrolls our master used to teach us.
Thank you.
And she kind of bows.
I wish you a bountiful life and a good journey.
So I guess we're heading out?
Yep.
Yeah. Shaman, get the lizard.
So, I take it that means we are not going to have time to pray. As you see Ronnie kind of coming over to you, Nura.
I look over to Ronnie. Sorry, but we're on the run.
Then pray with your blade.
Hey.
I will. But know that we will both be praying into the same storm.
Indeed. And she'll give you a bow.
Nura will return the bow. Did you ever have need? Come find us in Crystal Elm.
Thank you. Maybe someday I will leave the sands, but for now it is home. As she approaches Kesh, I have seen you grow. Not in strength, but in heart, in the 2 years you have been here. It has been an honor to know you, Kesh Forrester.
To you as well, Ronnie. So I hold up my hand.
She will give you a, wrist shake. As, Draco will actually come over. Goodbye, Kesh.
To you as well, Draco. So, again, do the same thing again, hold my hand out, do the wrist shake.
Yep. As, Thorvin looks to all of you.
A bountiful life and a safe journey.
But he looks at Kesh.
And I hope you find the peace you seek.
I hope to as well, Chieftain, as I bow to him.
He bows in response. As you guys saddle up on Lizzie and start to make your way out, Raigir kind of steps in the way to stop you for a moment. And Raigir kind of approaches Kesh. And he'll take Kesh's head and just put it against his. No more words, he just nods and allows you to be on your way. You guys begin to travel. into the night. And before long, the storm does begin to pour down, lightning striking across the sky. And that is when you hear it.
It's a rock!
I don't believe you.
No, he's telling the truth.
Oh no, it's the boy.
Nura starts digging into the sand below him.
Well, you're on a big lizard. As you finally see it, it's so close now that you don't really have time to really think about it, but it actually just flies overhead. It doesn't seem to even notice you guys. But the sand... You see literally stones ripping out of the earth as the sand is torn, the ground almost is torn by the wind following this rock. But as you all kind of brace for impact, the sand does not collide with you. And as you kind of open your eyes, there is this circle of safety around you as the sand just goes past it and eventually clears.
Nura's gonna close his eyes and thank Cord. Thank you. Thank you.
That was not me.
Nura just opens his eyes and looks up. You answered?
Thank
Just
you.
take the thank you.
That was not me.
Thank you, Valkyrie.
It's a Valkyrie.
It's actual heaven, right?
They're warriors of heaven, right?
I don't know, but I want one now.
They fought in an arena in another world with Jeff Goldblum.
No! No, not that Valkyrie. Okay. So you guys continue?
Yep.
Do you guys ever stop, or do you just move into the day?
Let's just move. Let's just move.
I want to get that from everyone, though. What do you guys think? You are on.
We move.
You guys are on Lizzie, so you won't. You'll have a bit more. It'll take less time. Plus, you won't be as exhausted, but exhaustion will hit if you don't rest soon after.
I say we rest.
You want to rest now, or do you want to rest just like kind of push forward and then rest later?
I say we rest
good.
now.
In theory, sleep on the lizard.
You could certainly try that.
Think about it. I'll still take shifts.
Does Lizzie take a shift?
I think it's aware. Well, guys, it's up to you. Do you want to try and do some shifts?
I would say we either try this or just push forward, rest later, because it would give us great distance away from Talon.
That is true.
Exactly.
John would also say, and he's gonna say to Shaman, I think it's best if we try to keep moving, only because we need to be at the Barbarian Lands before too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the time the sky begins to lighten, you guys find yourselves just at the edge of the mountains. Hey, Shaman, how are we going to get this lizard through the mountains?
Pretty sure it can climb.
Nura's gonna pat Shaman on the back.
I'm not leaving Lizzie!
This is it. This is its home.
Yeah, to be fair, this is where it belongs, Shaman.
Well, I love Lizzie.
Oh no!
Shaman, we'll find you another Lizzie. It's just that this
You can't
Lizzie...
find me another Lizzie because it won't be a Lizzie. Goodbye, Lizzie. You were such a good lizard. You took us places. You understood my draconic. I'm gonna miss you, Lizzie.
She gives Lizzie a little kiss on the head.
I'm gonna miss you, Lizzie.
And she looks at everybody else, kind of sad looking. Lizzie.
Nura's gonna look at Lizzie, point out to the desert, and say in Draconic, go.
Lizzie is gonna begin to move off into the desert. And that's when the rock... No, I'm just kidding.
No!
Son of a bitch.
I'm just kidding. I'm just...
It's like those videos.
Death in the campaign, not
It's like-
Peregrine,
it's like
not
those-
Orion, just the fucking
Lizzie.
lizard.
It's like those videos like they release a turtle back in the water just to get eaten by sharks.
Oh my god, or that shark that eats the dolphin hanging off the platform.
Damn.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not. I'm gonna give you guys one moment of solace because I really thought about it. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
As the lizard runs off, Tarman reaches into his bag, pulling out the emotional support bread and hands it to Shaman.
Emotional support.
He is going to eat the emotional support bread.
It's rye because it rhymes with cry.
Er's gonna nod. He's gonna turn around. He's gonna start walking.
Yep, time to go into the mountains.
Yep.
Tarman follows.
Through the mountains.
Not
Secret,
not a secret tunnel.
secret
You're not
tunnel.
going through any more tunnels.
Nope, just the mountains.
Ugh. So happy to be out of there. So happy.
Yeah, that place. I knew that place was bad, but that place is bad.
You get used to it.
How long? You said you lived there for 2 years?
That is correct, yeah.
How do you have all of your limbs still?
Some people live there their entire life, John.
It's stranger leaving the Barbarian Lands.
Really?
Trust me, it's nice out here.
You're gonna have some humidity.
Hey, are you a licensed adventurer?
I never got around to it.
Oh,
Tell anybody, it's fine.
yeah, I mean, I
We'll
don't really care, but if he wants to be paid, might have to...
Better not care. You'd be a hypocrite otherwise.
Okay, yeah, oh, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
We're gonna get him a license.
we'll have to go to Rhine to do that.
Speaking of destinations, we should probably make a stop to Rubik as well.
Wait,
It's a Rubik.
John is gonna pull out the map.
Oh, the map.
John pulls out the map, and you guys see, obviously you're just now leaving the Barbarian Lands. You're going to be heading to Crystal Elm first, but you see, almost on the exact opposite side of the continent, you see Rubik. It's in the Nido Kingdom, and it's near a lake, and it's near the top mountains, near the tundra. John just looks at Kesh. Why do we need to go to Rubik?
If there is anyone who knows Talon's client, it'd be the mayor of Rubik, Eobald Thrall.
Eobard Thrall. You said so he'd know who hired Talon?
Not for free, but he's a lot more reasonable.
Reasonable compared to who?
Reasonable in that he's easier to reach and probably won't ask too high of a price for the information.
Okay, that's fair. We should still try to talk to those bandits, though. There's a group of bandits we came across.
Oh,
Oh, well, here's hoping they're still down there.
Kesh,
We might need to make camp with them.
Yes?
we have some important information you should probably know.
Okay.
We're babysitting a dog.
Wait, are we really talking about this right now, Shaman?
Damon,
Yes,
we'll
because
save it
there's
for when we
only
get in
3
town.
days left.
No, hang on, she's right. So, Kesh, Nura, Nura, Tarman, Shaman, when they first came to the continent, it was for a job in Crystal Elm to deal with a creature that had killed 2 innocent people. And they were trying to figure out what or who it was, and
You gaslighted me.
okay, let's not. And, well, I was. It was. Oh, it's complicated. It's not like a normal were situation. I have another soul inside of me. His name is Fang. He's very aggressive and hates life itself.
He
And,
sounds like he's perfect for the Barbarian Lands.
yeah, that's actually kind of why I did not want... I was hoping to get out of there as quick as possible, because we've only got 2 days left? Before
Then they should probably move faster.
Yeah, that's true.
Just thought we'd let you know in case there's a random dog that pops out and you're like, what the fuck is that?
His name is Fang, by the way.
Fine. Alright.
So, you guys continue down. Actually, before nightfall, before dusk finally kind of settles in, you guys actually get out of the mountains.
Hooray!
I think this is a good place to set up.
I want to go to sleep.
Do we want to try to find those bandits? See if maybe we can convince them to let us, I don't know, share? Just in case she shows up?
That's a fair point. Can I roll perception?
Yeah, roll perception. Go ahead and just roll yourself since you went ahead and asked.
Damn.
Well, that sucked.
Okay, Nura, there is mountains and hillside.
The
I guess I'll
hills
try.
are alive.
In fact, Tarman, Kesh, both of you can go ahead and roll.
Alright.
14.
17.
With a 17, Kesh, as you're looking around, and you guys actually kind of start looking around for a group that they've been talking about. Kesh, you see something in the grass. You see hair and blood.
Oh no.
There's something in the grass. I summon out the bow, just get an arrow ready for whatever it is.
I'm just gonna walk over.
You walk over, and it does look to be hair on the ground of some semblance with blood all around it.
I'm gonna poke it with a stick.
You poke it with kind of the end of your sword, and it rolls around to reveal the head of that human.
Oh.
I look over to my party. I have good news and bad news.
What's the bad news?
What's the bad news?
You're probably dead.
Shit.
Good news is, I found the human.
You actually see a blood trail from this head, kind of towards, a little bit the distance, Nura.
I look at where in the distance this leads us.
It kind of just goes over the hill at the moment.
Yeah, I can't help it. Nura's gonna start walking towards the hill.
John, kind of following, sees the head. Oh, okay, that's gross.
Can I roll stealth to follow
Yeah,
him?
absolutely. Go ahead.
Same.
Yeah, both of the rogues, please roll stealth. Nura, as you get just over the hillside, you find the rest of the human. You see his body has massive gashes and cuts and blood just everywhere. You see more the blood there. You also see a campsite and a put-out flame. A put-out campfire. Looks like this didn't happen too long ago because there's still smoke coming off of it. Nura, you look at the body of this human again. Something strange catches your eye. You look at the wounds on the body and you see around the wounds frost, ice crystals.
Oh.
So, do you want to keep moving forward, Nura?
No.
No! As a matter of fact, I want to go the other way!
Well, Nura, it's up to you. Not David, Nura.
God damn you, Nura. He continues forward.
So Nura continues forward. Kesh, Carmen, you guys past the corpse. And I'll say that you guys also notice this strange frost on the wounds. You guys get to the camp. And what you see is blood everywhere, with frost forming in it. You see that tabaxi woman with a massive gash in her throat, laying dead on the ground, ice formed around the wound. In fact, the blood that was spilling from her neck is frozen. So there's ice crystals of blood pulling from her neck. You see the half-elf man covered in blood on the ground. And you see the barbarian, the orc, on the ground with this gaping wound in his chest with ice crystals growing out of it.
No, I was gonna help him.
And you just hear... It comes from the half-elf.
Nura is going to stealthily try to get over to the half-elf.
You're all in the camp, by the way, and you all see this massacre. Nura, you get over to the half-elf and you touch him, and his body is literally freezing cold, but you hear him gasp. Who was there?
It's me, Nura. What happened here?
He's kind of like laying on his side, like facing away from you.
I'm gonna roll him over.
You roll him over to see frost covering one half of his face, or frost covering the missing slice of his face, as one half has basically been just lobbed off.
Oh.
And he just looks you in the eye with his other eye. It came for us.
What came for you?
The consequence of our misdeeds. It was... As his eye, just fear fills his eye. It was death itself. As he takes a long exhale and you actually can see his breath. And he goes still.
Nura's gonna lay his body back down. I look over to my party. We need to get out of here now.
All right. Did I make a perception check just to look around us?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Okay. 27.
Cash, you are looking around, and as you look around for just a second, you see on one of the hillsides in the distance, you see a figure, and you just see these faint bits of what look like blue fire. And as you look and you're like, who the fuck is that? The figure kind of moves down past the hill and just seems to disappear.
Like towards us or away from?
Away from you.
Thank the gods.
But with that 27 perception, you hear like the shaking of John's voice as he has his hood down, has his mask off, and he's just staring at all of this, and he's staring into the distance where he saw the same thing. What is he doing here?
John,
I don't know, but we're booking
who is that?
Now.
The ghost of Iora.
History check?
Go right on ahead. Tarman, you too could make a history check if you'd like.
4.
I'll make a quick one.
You do not know about whoever that is, Kesh.
That ghost of Iora.
9.
So neither of you have ever heard of the ghost of Iora, but John will just say, he looks at Shaman. He was the one who showed up when me and Talon fought the Queen. He's an undead monster, hell-bent on killing anyone who's ever committed a sin. In fact, he just looks at, Tarman, and just kind of looks at everybody, I think we might be in trouble. And that's where we're gonna end session.
Man,
Makes sense.
If I had a gold coin for every time we were hunted by master assassins or supernatural beings, I'd have 2 gold coins.
Which is a lot.
But it's scary that it happened twice.
Okay, well, Kesh Forrester, welcome to the campaign.
Yeah, and yes, I am happy to be here, and I hate being proven right about my party.
You're fucking. This is great. I'm excited. We'll talk. We'll all talk more in a second. Hope you guys had fun today.
Yep.
And I hope anyone out there listening enjoyed as well. We will see you guys for the next session. Stay adventurous.